The NFL may have just created its biggest nightmare. The Rams are building a defensive monster with Myles Garrett and a possible Aaron Donald return, a duo that feels completely unfair. But can this unstoppable force survive the pressure, expectations, and brutal road to the Super Bowl?
I want to believe Houston, but I'm not quite there. And the final tier, the top one, the legitimate contenders to win the Super Bowl this coming season. I'm calling them proven commodities. We got to go to the Rams, obviously. They need no introduction. They got a decent pass rusher this offseason. This guy named Myles Garrett, he's solid. That's a nice little upgrade. Another gentleman named Trent McDuffie, who's the perfect elixir for JSN on Seattle. So, I think the Rams, according to all metrics, have to be the Super Bowl favorites. Vegas loves them. High win total. Stafford, Davante, Puka. There is no weakness here, folks. There isn't. I'm not even going to get into the Aaron Donald stuff. There's no weakness.
Sean McVay was having a conversation about Aaron Donald. And I think the thing about Sean McVay that's so interesting to me is he's obviously a wizard. Okay, with the whole X's, O's, we're doing this, we're taking advantage of every single blade of grass and everything like that. Phenomenal leader. And I think that shines through here.
Have you crossed paths with Aaron Donald? Are you allowing yourself to contemplate if he is of mind, body, and soul that he wants to reinvest himself in this?
I have crossed paths with Aaron Donald, and what's special is we have a really special relationship, and it's way bigger than football. I've heard him say it before, and it means the world to me, and I feel the same. It's family with us. He's done so much for me. I love the man he is. I love the husband, the father, the son. He represents a lot of the things that are right. And what he's going to do is he is thinking about this. He's going to go through his process. And the one thing about Aaron Donald is what he does it full speed ahead.
It feels like Jason LaConfora there on the Big Play Sports Network with the interview with Sean McVay, head coach of the Los Angeles Rams, Super Bowl champion. I think he's like 27 years old now at this point. He's been a head coach forever. You heard him immediately compliment family, this, my relationship with them. It's like, I know they were all trying to find the next McVay whenever McVay had success with the Rams. We need the next McVay. We need the next McVay. Those two traits of being a wizard super genius, but also being a phenomenal human leader as well, just not traits that are supposed to really be together. You're supposed to have one or the other, especially in this football world. McVay is the perfect head coach, and I love the fact that he has been able to find his calling. He has been tempted to go away from this many, many times. It feels like he's right where he's supposed to be, and the Rams got a great one. What a perfect head coach for Los Angeles now, into the future. And if he gets Aaron Donald back and they're just the Avengers out there, wild scene for the entire NFL.
Yeah, and it feels like after watching that, he definitely is, because he was screaming so loud that the mic kept breaking up and the static kept coming, so it kind of feels as though the veins in his neck were popping out. It feels like he knows, this guy's coming back. I'm so juiced up, I just can't put the cart before the horse and ruin the entire announcement. But even Puka, they're about to pay Puka as well. He's probably going to get top tier money. The way Les Snead operates with the entire team's incredible. You talk about simpatico between coach and GM. They're all in with we don't need all these picks. Let's just get the best players possible and win Super Bowls.
Now look, one could argue Aaron Donald has been in playing shape since he retired. The man is an animal.
Never fell out
to the
shape.
gym. He keeps himself ready at all times. It feels like he retired just kind of and then stayed ready, waiting for the perfect opportunity to come back is almost what it feels like. And when you've got a beast like Myles Garrett just coming in, Defensive Player of the Year, it feels like this is the opportunity to come. I mean, what come on, though. You know what I mean? Come on. It feels like it's not fair. It feels like we have rigged the system. Can you imagine the two of them on the same defensive line? Do we think we're getting prime Aaron Donald here?
Well, TJ, no, we're not going to get prime. We're not going to get 3-time Defensive Player of the Year and first team All-Pro Aaron Donald. But I think just him out there, he's going to make plays and he's going to draw attention. And even if he doesn't, it all goes to Myles Garrett, now suddenly you're going to block Aaron Donald one-on-one? I don't care if he's 2 years removed from playing. Some of the other defensive players we were talking about yesterday that the Rams have. This is a team that could go for the all-time single-season sack record. Myles Garrett's coming off 23 last season. 25. Why not?
Well, I kind of thought this. I came from Good Morning Football just a mere hours ago, and earlier in the week, I think last week we were talking about this, and I said I think he has a chance to break his own sack record.
Yeah.
Because look, Cleveland was not good.
No.
Last year, right? So they were playing from behind a lot of the time, and so you're not going to get a lot of those situations where you know the quarterback is going to drop back and pass because they're just going to run the ball or whatever. They're not. It's not third and long, right? It's not happening because they're playing from behind so much. So I'm going on the opposite side of that. The offense for the LA Rams is elite. MVP quarterback Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Davante Adams. I mean, it's good. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
And so I imagine if it's anything like it was last season where they were, the first in the league in big plays, like they're going to be playing with a lead a lot of the time, which means all these teams are going to be trying to catch up, which means Aaron Donald Freudian slip there.
Yeah,
Myles Garrett is going to get more opportunities to get after a quarterback. I mean, that is scary. That is terrifying.
Yeah, you asked earlier, do I feel like he can be prime Aaron Donald? I'm not going to sit here and say he can't. Every professional athlete is special, right? And then you always have the 1% who are like that much better. But like Shaq would say, Aaron Donald has G14 classification. I'm not going to sit here and go, he can't be what he was because we've all seen him working out. So the strength is there. So that's a big part of that position, right? And the fact that he doesn't have to be the man every single play because, he's got this other genetic freak next to him.
The NFL may have a new nightmare because the Los Angeles Rams are no longer just building a playoff team. They are building a monster, a team designed to overwhelm opponents from every possible direction. The addition of Myles Garrett changes everything. A Defensive Player of the Year, a player coming off a 23-sack season. And now he joins a Rams roster that already has one of the most dangerous offenses in football. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Davante Adams. There is no obvious weakness. That is why many analysts are putting Los Angeles in the top tier of legitimate Super Bowl contenders. Vegas loves this team. The expectations are massive. Because this is not a rebuilding project. This is a championship attack. But the biggest reason people are starting to panic around the NFL is not just Myles Garrett. It is the possibility of something nobody expected. Aaron Donald coming back. And if the greatest defensive player of his generation really returns, the Rams could create a situation that feels almost unfair. Aaron Donald retired as a legend. 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. 8-time first-team All-Pro. A player who completely changed the defensive tackle position. But unlike most players who walk away, Donald never looked like someone who was finished. He stayed in shape. He continued training. And now the question is becoming louder. Could Aaron Donald really return? Sean McVay's recent comments only increased the speculation. When asked about Donald, McVay did not just talk about football. He talked about their relationship, their bond, their family connection. And he made one thing clear. And Aaron Donald does everything at full speed. That statement matters. Because McVay knows exactly what kind of competitor Donald is. And if Donald decides to return, the Rams would suddenly have something terrifying. Myles Garrett attacking from one side. Aaron Donald creating chaos from the inside. Offensive coordinators would have no easy answer. Who do you double team? Who do you leave alone? Because either choice could destroy your game plan. But the biggest question remains, can Aaron Donald still dominate after stepping away from football? Let's be clear. Nobody expects Aaron Donald to suddenly become the exact same player he was at his absolute peak. That version was almost impossible. But here is the scary part. He does not need to be. Because for the first time in his career, Donald would not have to carry the entire defense. He would have Myles Garrett beside him. Garrett already proved he can destroy offenses. 23 sacks last season. And now he enters a much better situation. The Rams' offense is built to create leads. And when teams fall behind against Los Angeles, they have to throw. That creates opportunities. More passing situations. More third downs. More chances for Garrett and Donald to attack. This is where the nightmare begins. Imagine being an offensive coordinator. Third down. The game is close. You need protection. But your offensive line has to decide. Do we send extra blockers toward Aaron Donald? Or do we protect against Myles Garrett? There is no perfect answer.
That is why some believe this defensive combination could challenge historic sack numbers. But talent alone does not win championships. The final piece of this equation is the man leading the entire operation in Los Angeles. Behind this entire vision is Sean McVay.
A coach who is both a football genius and an elite leader. That combination is rare. Most coaches are either tactical masterminds or incredible motivators. McVay has become both. And that is why the Rams continue making aggressive moves. General Manager Les Snead has built this roster with one mentality. Do not wait. Get the best players possible. Win now. That approach already delivered a Super Bowl championship. And now Los Angeles is trying to do it again. With Stafford. With elite receivers. With Myles Garrett. And possibly with Aaron Donald returning for one more run. The pressure will be enormous. The expectations will be higher than ever. But if everything comes together, the Rams will not just be another contender. They could become the team nobody wants to face. A Super Bowl monster. A defensive nightmare. And maybe the most dangerous team in the NFL.
Yo, mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.